going on, guys? Mike, Fieldcraft Survival here. Special guest, GBRS, DJ and Cole. What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for taking the time. It's a long swim coming from Virginia Beach. You know, they had to chuck it. Or is it huck it? What do you guys, Navy guys say?
We don't say anything. We just hope we don't have to do it.
Damn it, man. Always making me look bad. I had a curiosity on my own about what I grew up with on Discovery Channel of these high-speed Navy SEALs doing the Australian Peel. And the Australian Peel is a breaking contact drill. And out of my own, like, hey, I want to know like how to actually do this. Not that I'm incompetent when it comes to small unit tactics, but there are different techniques that the Navy does in battle drills that are similar but are different in many ways than the way Green Berets do it in the middle of a wood line. And so, is the Australian Peel, is that what it's called?
We just call it a peel.
A peel?
Peel left, a peel right, or if it's a contact in front, it could be just be a center line peel, straight back, whatever it's going to be, center peel.
Yeah, I think maybe that derives from maybe SEALs in Vietnam, small teams of special operators doing stuff. And when I grew up in Ranger School and SUTs and Special Forces training, we operate in detachments, like 12 dudes are a minimum, and we wouldn't do that tactic because we would be online. Like we would do a standard battle drill of what's called breaking contact, FM 7-8, if you're looking at doctrine. When would you use a pill tactic? What would be the advantage of a pill tactic?
If we were in closed terrain, we were in some kind of a wadi, there was a contact, and we had to basically peel out of the way. If we had a dead space, there was terrain feature we're trying to get to, we all just can't run, we all can't beeline. But we stop, everybody addresses the contact, make sure we're all good, and then we start peeling by twos. So we have constant base of fire, and now we're tactically maneuvering. We can't just all get up all 12 dudes and run.
Yeah.
So I see the out, I'm going that way, and now we're gonna cover. He goes, he's set, next guy. So everybody knows what the contact is, but now we're not just running forward, we're not running back, we're all going in a uniform line.
Yeah.
But now I can see where you're going, and now I'm not gonna lose you inside defilade, inside of natural terrain features. We gotta be able to keep eyes on, because we have to be able to do it at night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too. If you're doing it at night, the closer you could be to each other in proximity, kind of the better it is, especially in nonverbal cues. And you don't have all the peripheral. I mean, these guys do because they use like 7 different night vision things, right? If you're in special operations on the Green Beret side, you get 1 if you're lucky, like 1 tube. They get 7 tubes. I think what's also applicable, and we had talked about this prior, is when you look at kind of military tactics and how it translates to civilian tactics, I'm always constantly looking for the justification of how that would apply. Well, how it applies in small unit tactics is you're mutually supporting each other. So if you're with your spouse and the spouse has your child, it's not the Australian Peel that you're doing. I'm laying a base of fire, support by fire, to support the movement of my family. That is very applicable. And these techniques that we learn, these guys learn in CQT?
SQT.
Where the hell did I get CQT? I apologize, man.
SEAL qualification training.
SEAL qualification training. Cole, when did you go through SQT?
03, 04.
Yep.
03, 04. In the height of Iraq. We were invading Iraq. And through that process, then SQT, you're doing small unit tactics focused at the platoon level, right?
Yep.
And then when you get, we don't have to go into horrible detail, but when you go into an SMU, the structure of your unit gets smaller, so you're more tight-knit groups, which becomes even more significant. Now we're talking about civilian spaces, even law enforcement officers who are patrol officers by themselves. They beg us to train them in small unit tactics because they don't get taught shoot, move, and communicate. That's our bread and butter. If you grow up in the Navy as a SEAL, if you grow up in the Army as an infantryman or in special operations, you know the base understanding of flank maneuver, shoot, move, communicate, support by fire. All of those things are like ingrained in you. So this is the start point. So I'm gonna have these guys teach me how to do this peel. We'll call it the Korean peel. It's just a little bit faster, more efficient than the Australian peels because they're a little slow. And then we'll do that organically because I want to know. You should understand, I mean, you're talking to a former sergeant major in special operations, 2 senior guys from Dam Neck and the Navy. anything that we're teaching is Googleable, and we're trying to make the translation here for you as civilians. This is not an operational security violation. I promise you that. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's do the crawl, walk, run thing, and we'll kick that off. All right. So what's the start point?
Start point is just from the patrol. We get contacted. You see an out. It could be an out by that car. We're all trying to get to that car. We realize that. You have the out, and we're basically basing it off you. Now we lay down sporadic cover, and we're out of the corner of our eye. We're waiting for you to move. Moving, move. I see you go. The moment you get set, and we can't have you run 500 meters because now we're just stuck here. So it's little small chunks as fast as you can run, diving to cover, immediately getting back on. The second you send around, I'm looking. I tap Cole and I'm going. And now we just swap.
So the principles are you always want covering or support fire to initiate movement, and we don't have to say it, right? Because if I'm moving, you see me move.
Yep.
And if I'm shooting, you hear me shoot.
Exactly.
So you avoid this kind of like redundancy of like, I'm clear. We know you're clear. You haven't shot anybody, so you're clear. So what I'm not familiar with how the Navy does it, in the Army we do an IMT, an individual movement technique or tactic, and it's I'm up, he sees me, I'm down, or 2 to 3 second rush. Is it the same?
Same thing.
Okay.
So now when we first started, we'd do it in 4 or 5 man groups because, you know, you're new, you're first learning it. Now the advance is now everybody can kind of do it their own. Like I can move over and shift 6 feet at a time on my own. Like I don't need to do a call. We're all grown-ass men. They know I'm not going to run down range. They know I'm not going to flank you and get in behind you. So that's why is if instead of going laterally, I go 10 feet that way and I somehow get in behind you and you're behind a tree and I don't see you. And now I'm taking a shot and you stand up and I clip you. That's where we have to be in alignment and constantly head on a swivel.
Okay.
Make sure and I don't lose that. Make sure I don't lose you. Mike's moving. Boom, boom, boom. Mike's set. Now I'm going.
Got it.
Same thing. You just
Got it.
inch by inch. And sometimes you can bound over. If you stop and I see 20 feet past you is a better spot, I'm going to set you up. I just run straight past you and then I dive.
You could leapfrog me.
Exactly.
Got it.
So it's kind of just, you know, having the confidence in your people to make the right decisions. If you go 50 feet, doesn't matter to me. If you go 100 yards and you see a better, you see a terrain feature you can get on top of and really affect the enemy, then go ahead and make that move.
Yeah.
Like if you can do it, we all got a base of fire, that's fine.
Contact 2 o'clock!